What's up, everybody? It's your boy 650. When I started riding, I didn't realize this, but most people who die on bikes do so within the first 3 years of them riding, and they all fell into the same trap that I did when I started riding. I'm gonna tell you the stats behind it and 3 simple habits that'll make sure you don't end up in the asphalt. And trust me, the last one is one that most people never do, but it makes all the difference. All right, y'all, so before we get into why new riders, especially and specifically younger ones, meet God too early, I just want to say, I'm not trying to scare you away from riding or anything like that. I want you to love it as much as I do, as much as everybody else does. I just want you to understand and apply the mindset that keeps people alive. Because the reality is, out of all the fatalities on motorcycles in the United States, over 30% of them are from the age group of 18 to 30. And if you zoom in a little further and get a little more granular, over 50% of the fatalities in that age group came from people who were on sport bikes. It's like 54% or something like that. The truth is, most of those people under 29, under 30-ish, have prefrontal cortexes that are not completely developed. Our brains ain't done cooking yet till we're 25. And unfortunately for us, specifically those who are under 25, that means our critical decision or critical thinking and decision making and risk analysis skills are not finished until we're 25. So add to the fact that most of us also don't have kids yet, so we have more time and we ride more often. The chances to do dumb shit multiply very, very, very quickly. This all brings me to the overarching point for this video, which is the fact that newer riders way overestimate their skill level and underestimate the consequences of their actions. And I know I probably sound like someone's overbearing parent as I'm saying this. Y'all are grown, you can make your own decisions, but I do want to tell you the 3 habits that have basically saved my life and can almost guarantee you will save your life too. Alright, so the first one I want to talk to you about, I just call it the think twice rule. I'm telling you, it will make a huge difference in whether or not you live or die. So pay close attention. So whenever you're about to do something kind of sketch, something maybe you haven't done a lot of, or maybe you're not super comfortable with it yet, take literally 1 extra second to think to yourself, all right, here's what I'm about to do. Let me look around one more time. What are the worst case scenario consequences that could happen if I do this right now? And you have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, are those consequences worth the adrenaline rush in this very moment? And sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But again, just that 1 extra second could very well be the difference between you making it home to your loved ones or you and this pavement here becoming the very best of friends in an unfun way. Really quick, if you like the video so far, please pound that like button. If you dislike the video and think I'm a dipshit, dislike the video. And if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button too while you're at it. It's free, really helps me out, and I will be posting more cinematic-esque riding content. I got some good stuff planned that you guys will see soon. I think you're really gonna love it. Alright, habit number 2, mindset point number 2. You need to always have the mindset that whenever you're doing stupid stuff and you're going crazy and you're straight killing the streets, like Jigsaw Bro would say, you're just clutching up, you're hauling ass through traffic, maybe you're splitting when you shouldn't be splitting. Whatever you're doing, if you're doing something quick, dangerous, / fun, and someone does something unexpected in a car that endangers you, it is still on you. It's your fault. You're the bad person in this scenario. And I know it's gonna piss a lot of people off that I'm saying that, but it's true. If you are doing crazy stuff and someone pulls out in front of you and you get smoked, if you're doing 110 on a back road, that's on you. That's no one's fault but your own. You can't blame anyone for that. That guy was taking pictures. This is like a huge like prairie. There's wild bison that live here. It's pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, that mindset is very important. Don't go smashing mirrors like all these bike talk people do. You will literally almost always never see this person again that almost swerved in front of you. Smashing someone's mirror doesn't get you anything except for maybe 0.2 seconds of gratification. And then it's for what? For nothing. And if you disagree with that, you got a maturity issue, and you probably shouldn't own a bike in the first place. Just my humble opinion. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments, but I'm probably not going to change my mind on that one. Alright y'all, third and final tip slash habit you should build or work on, which is, of course, the most important, but nobody ever does it. Go ride your damn bike. Go ride your damn bike. Don't leave it in the garage and just take pictures of it again. Don't go on roads you know that you go out every day. Find the least trafficy area you can and practice your swerves, your quick stops, entering and exiting turns. You know, when to lean, when to roll back on throttle, keeping your eyes ahead of you and where you want to go rather than where you already are. Target fixation is a big reason why beginners crash. For example, if I wanted to build my skills from complete start, I would find a low traffic area where there's a nice turn, you know, maybe like a 60-degree curve, and I would start at normal road speeds, whatever the speed limit is, or whatever you feel comfortable at. And then, once that comfortable feels slow and boring, I'd go back around the corner just a few miles an hour faster. And maybe I'd try to incorporate more of like a smooth roll-off throttle. So yeah, you know, I'd go back over and over in each direction, add a few miles an hour once it becomes boring, and really focus on, you know, smooth controls, focus on lean angle maybe if you start getting super comfortable, focus on trail braking. I can almost guarantee you that you are never going to outgrow your motorcycle's capability if you're on a sport bike. Your motorcycle's capability at taking corners. I can almost guarantee it for your everyday riders, not you track freaks who are there every weekend. That's a rich man's sport to be there every weekend. Good Lord. Couldn't imagine. And if you really feel like you've maxed out your skills on corners and stuff, and swerves, and trail braking, and emergency stopping, throttle control, the whole nine, I beg you, please go for one track day against the same bike as yours with a way more experienced rider. They will put belt to ass, and you will realize there is levels to this. Just try to remember, you know, these boring reps of practicing this kind of stuff, which everyone tells you to do, they don't have to be boring. You can still push your limits. Just, you know, be intentional with it and understand the risks and accept those risks. If you can't accept those risks, then, you know, don't do them then. You just won't, you know, get to a point where you can really handle your bike, which for some people is okay, but I know most of us want to get good, we want to get better, and that all starts with, you know, building good habits and being intentional. Also, boring reps become a lot less boring when you realize they're the reason you're not dead. So keep that in mind too, because they're going to save your life. All this to say, riding is not dangerous because of the bike. It is dangerous because a lot of people let their ego and impulse outrun their skills. Don't worry though, I'm telling you, if you practice even just a few weeks of swerves, curves, throttle control, braking, you will very quickly feel a lot more confident in your riding, which is going to be a huge game changer as well in terms of your ability. You won't second guess yourself, which, you know, again, split-second decisions on a bike. If you second guess yourself, could be the difference between you surviving and, you know, you dying. So keep that in mind. If you've ever experienced that kind of overconfidence and you scared yourself, you gotten yourself in a bad situation, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. If you disagree with me and think I'm wrong, also let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear other people's point of view. So yeah, if you got any value out of this or you enjoyed it, subscribe for more biscuit buttering cinematic content. Be safe. I will see you when I see you. Peace.